ICE detention bookings hit their highest level of President Trump's second term during the month of June. New data from the agency reveals that 43,000 people were booked last month. Sources inside ICE said the agency is being instructed, we're not exactly sure how it's being instructed, to target up to 2,000 arrests per day. CBS News immigration correspondent Camilo Montoya-Galvez joins us now. He's in New Orleans, so he's in the path of Bertha covering that story, and as he always is, adroitly covering everything in the immigration space. Camilo, great to have you. What do these numbers tell us?
Hi, Major. As you underscored, 43,000 people facing deportation because they're in the U.S. illegally or were made deportable because of criminal conduct entered U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, custody in the month of June. That is a record for the second Trump administration. It is the highest tally for this administration since President Trump took office for a second time last year in January. That averages out to about 1,400 daily detentions, or bookings, as ICE calls them. And that is critically important because, as you also noted, Major, ICE, we are told by sources inside of that agency, is being pressured by the White House and top Trump administration advisors like Stephen Miller to carry out, at the very least, 2,000 daily arrests. And that is a tally that the agency is struggling to meet. There was a 5-day period back in June at the tail end of that month where the agency did average about 2,000 daily arrests. But in the first 11 days of July, the daily average, Major, has been about 1,500 daily bookings or arrests by ICE. So the agency is not meeting that goal right now. But we are told by sources at ICE, Major, that the agency is under tremendous pressure to ramp up arrests. And we have seen that. We have seen more arrests in broad daylight. What we have also seen, as you know, Major, is more tense situations on the streets of American towns and cities, including, unfortunately, those two tragic incidents in Maine and Texas where two immigrants who were in the process of being arrested by ICE were fatally shot.
Immigrants, we should point out, who were not targets of those enforcement operations. We should note that.
That's right.
Camilo, a big question. What does this mean for detention populations and detention facilities holding what I have to imagine are pretty sizable populations?
Well, Major, right now, ICE is holding about 65,000 people in detention centers across the country. That is a near record total. The previous record was set in January during that crackdown in Minneapolis, where we obviously saw the fatal shootings of U.S. citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy. At that time, at the height of that crackdown, about 72,000 people were in ICE custody facing deportation proceedings. The number of people detained continues to go up, and it is currently at 65,000. ICE is trying to expand detention capacity. It has been doing so over the past year by tapping into military installations, for example, like Fort Bliss in Texas, but also trying to secure more contracts with for-profit prison companies, but also county jails across the country. What we have also seen is that as the detention population continues to climb, Major, we have seen more people tragically die in ICE custody, and we have also seen that detention conditions, according to detainees, advocates, and lawyers, have deteriorated, according to many witnesses and, again, detainees, and many of them have complained about substandard conditions. We should, of course, underscore that DHS, every time somebody has raised concerns about detention conditions, says that those concerns or claims are false.
Camilo Montoya-Galvez, tracking everything in the immigration space and also tracking Tropical Storm Bertha in New Orleans. Thank you very much.